I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the praise. Like, I do it. We do it because we want to give back to the culture. We want to give back to the wrestling community. Where I boohooed like a baby. But the first one was, so we had did 6-man tag, and it was Shane Taylor Promotions versus Prolific.
And then you have Jade, who we know is definitely going to advance. So you're going to have a Queen of the Ring and a Miss Money in the Bank fighting over the person in the middle, which is Bianca Belair to figure out.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless, podcast bringing up women and wrestling.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite girls, those wrestling girls. It's your girl, Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
And we are back with another episode of Those Wrestling Girls. Now, last week we took a little bit of a break. I was away. You were away, I believe. No, you were here, but I was away. Yeah. We were away. We was taking mental health breaks because it's still Mental Health Awareness Month, or it was last month, but we still definitely make sure our mental health is definitely intact. I went away. I was away down south. My bestie's having a baby, so I was at her baby shower. And let me tell you about this Mississippi heat down there, okay? And these bugs, and how I think, and the storms, and how Delta tried to play me, and the delays are, it was a lot. It was a lot going on. But I made it. I made it there. I made it back. And I'm so excited to be a godmommy for the never amount of kids that I have on my hands, because it's a lot. I have a lot of godchildren. Love them all. But yes. So we are back with a new episode. P, how have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I've been good. I know, right? I've been good.
You look good. You look relaxed.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just been that busy time of the season, getting ready for SummerSlam and other summer events that we look forward to. Yeah. And, time is going.
It's going because there's so much happening this weekend. We have Hot 97 Summer Jam happening on Friday.
On Friday?
Fridays. No, it's not Sunday this year. It's Friday this year.
Okay.
We have Fanatics Fest taking over the entire weekend.
Yes.
And we also have what we will call our pre-turn up to SummerSlam. Yeah. Although now this year, it's definitely
it's coming.
It's
soon.
the kick.
We're getting our gift early.
Yeah, it's the kickoff to summer.
Right.
It's the kickoff to summer.
Exactly.
We have JobberSlam this weekend.
We do.
I am very, very excited about JobberSlam. TWG are definitely sponsors of Summer Jam. Sorry, JobberSlam.
It's SummerSlam, JobberSlam.
It's a lot happening. I can't keep up.
But it's Summer Jam. SummerSlam, JobberSlam. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. And remember when we came back from COVID and the first Summer Jam?
Yes.
It was Summer Jam, SummerSlam. Yep. It was literally in those orders. I'm like, I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm fucking tired.
Yes.
But, it's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot. Thank God.
It's going to be hot. I got to find
God.
a cute outfit for Summer Jam. I don't know what I'm wearing yet. But my hair is slayed. Thank you to Zamora Beauty.
That's a good place to start. Your hair is done, then everything kind of
falls into place. Yeah.
Is Summer Jam at MetLife?
No, Summer Jam is at Prudential Center.
Prudential, yes.
We haven't had Summer Jam at MetLife in a little while now. Probably like a little over 2-3 years now.
Okay.
But it's okay because Newark right there. Yeah. It's a quick,
very easy to get
It's
to.
a quick 30-40 minute drive. With or without traffic. But yeah, so we have a special guest today.
We do.
Because we definitely mentioned JobberSlam.
I can't wait to reminisce about JobberSlam. And
I just love talking to the
wrestling family. Yes. So I think we should just bring
definitely just bring her on. Yeah. So help us welcome Janelle from HR, 1/3 of the Jobber Tears podcast, and she is co-owner of
Battle Club Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got Janelle from HR here. How you feeling, girl?
girl, I'm tired. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm exhausted. But no, I'm here. I am thankful of you ladies for not only supporting us from the beginning, but also supporting us this coming Saturday. Those wrestling girls will be sponsoring Miss Savannah Evans and her Fatal 4-Way match. So we're super excited about that. And I just want to say thank you guys for always just supporting the team from the beginning of the beginning. So you've seen it. You literally witnessed the beginning, the middle, and now we shall see how this Saturday will end. So
we are very excited. So we did talk about it being earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because of SummerSlam?
Oh, that was because I wanted to enjoy my birthday selfishly. But
as you should.
Because it's always so, we always try to do it far away from SummerSlam just because, and oddly enough, this year it's in our backyard. So it was just like, well, the boys wanted to run SummerSlam weekend. I will be completely honest. They saw the dates and was like, we should run. And I said, absolutely not. I said, what I'm not going to do that.
Because you'll be working
today, HOG just announced they doing the show August 1st. The Friday.
See?
So that's it. I said it to Will because I said, this is exactly why I did not want to do JobberSlam. SummerSlam weekend. But selfishly, we in the beginning we did July. So like I said, we try to keep away from SummerSlam, but we still try to keep it in summer. And then last year we did it late August because SummerSlam was so early in August. And it was literally like 2.5 weeks before my birthday. And I was just like, we're not doing that again. So selfishly, I wanted us to enjoy the summer with SummerSlam being here. It'll open us as a podcast to do things around that time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to focus on doing a show.
Yeah. And it's a lot of work. Like we talk about on the show about like indie shows are mostly a labor of love. Like it's just people that are just dedicated.
Literally, this is, I actually posted it. Said, this is my love letter to wrestling. It's always been that. And it's always been where it was a joke that turned into a whole situation. And now we're like fast forward 4.5, almost 5 years later, and we're still doing it. So it's ironic, but it's definitely, as you said, it's a passion of love. Like we're not, I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the praise. Like we do it because we want to give back to the culture. We want to give back to the wrestling community. We want to showcase talent that maybe have not been up here in New York. And, you have people like, I love Charity King, up and coming, one half of the King Bees. I love her. And the first time I saw her was actually in Dallas, Texas. We sponsored a show in Dallas and me and Danny went and I saw her wrestle and I told her in her face, I said, I'm going to bring you to New York. I said, please understand, like, this is going to happen. So when they came last year, she was just like, I cannot believe, like, we're here. Thank you. That was, like, their first time wrestling in New York.
Wow.
So stuff like that. Like, we have that. We have, the formerly known as Mysterious Q coming back. He's coming back from almost a year out on injury. So he's now coming back as a new persona, Carter Black. And he's also, once again, from Houston, Texas. So to have him come back, it's a pleasure. We got Myron Reed coming for the first time.
Nice.
For JobberSlam. My good friend Alex King coming up from the ATL. Like, it's people that honestly wanted to be put on.
It's giving a down south takeover.
It is. Because even there's a Ase men's championship match happening.
So Darius said, let me put the belt up the week before. He is supposed to be defending it against the other Darius Lockhart, our beloved brother that started Ashe. So they have their title match in Charlotte the week after, next weekend. But Darius said, I want to defend it here in New York and I want to do it for JobberSlam. So stuff like that, it's meaningful to me. Like I didn't ask. I never asked. Even when when Charity and Danny came up last year, they were the ones that said, we'll put up the NWA women's tag belts. Like, I didn't ask.
That's huge.
So stuff like that, I can always say I'm blessed because people just do it out of their kindness. They do it because they want to do it. People that are on JobberSlam want to be on JobberSlam. Like, they want to participate. They know the vibe. They know the people that come out. They know the people that support, and they want to come out and show out. So it's always it's dope when we're able to get people like that. That really, it means something to them. It's not just a payday.
And I like that there's a mix of like our old faithfuls that we love to see, and a lot of new people and new opportunities for wrestlers as
shake
well.
It up a bit.
So that's really cool.
And especially like with this year, we're doing something very different where it's kind of a tournament style. So each match, each winner in each match are going to be entering into the main event for a gauntlet match. So that's why this year is so different. It's so unique. Because I last year I said, I don't know how I can top Wilkins wrestling on the street. Like,
Okay, I can't. We get another one of those.
I can't top that. I can't I can't top that. So we had to think, and it was funny. The day we do like a meeting at the beginning of the year to talk about JobberSlam. And on the ride there, I was telling Michael, I said, I don't know what we're doing this year. Like I said, I can't top what the fuck Wilkins did last year because I don't know how to do that.
And that wasn't planned, right?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Like the original plan was a cage match. And then the cage couldn't fit in the building. We couldn't get it in the building. So they did their thing.
I love these behind the scenes.
So
yeah, it's
stories.
So real quick, day of JobberSlam last year, I went to Coney Island actually in the morning, really early in the morning, just to clear my head, clear my thoughts, because it's like one of my favorite places. So I just go to like clear my head. I'm like stressed, but I'm like, I just need a moment to myself. And on the way to the venue, Joe Kim calls me. He's like, I got good news and I got bad news. I was like, all right, what's the bad news? And he's like, the cage don't fit. I said, hallelujah, because I actually was opposed to the cage match from the beginning. Because I was just like, it's too much damn money. Gotcha. I don't know how this is going to work. So I wasn't bummed out about it. So I told him, I said, okay. I said, you got to call Wilkins though and tell him. I said, I'm not going to tell him. So it just, but everything, I say that in saying everything happens for a reason. There was a reason why that didn't happen, but then we got that special moment of them outside brawling. So
his mom
with Mama in a chair.
Yes. And that's it. And that's
Mama Wilkins not playing.
That's what people don't really realize. They always still question to this day, like, are Wilkins and Black brothers? And I always have to be like, yes, they're real life brothers.
It's real life because once you learn that they're brothers, to me it's super obvious.
You could tell.
But like maybe not at first, but then it's like, oh, that's my brother. It's like, oh, okay, because you guys sound alike, y'all look alike, y'all favor each other.
So like when people ask, they be like, for real, they really brothers? I'm like, yes, they really brothers. And then for their mom to come and that's their real mama. So it's just, this is real life. Like
she was not playing. Let me tell you.
At all.
She was literally. One thing I remember, P was next to me, and I'm like, P, you see this? And I see P. She darted to where they was out on the side, getting video. Like, I was like, oh my God. One thing, that was the most exciting part. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, going to JobberSlam every year is always exciting because you never know what to expect. The very first JobberSlam, we busting the electric slide
at the end.
That was so epic.
The second one, we had the gray sweatpant match when Savannah Evans came out and she had the biggest
to Faye.
Yes.
Faye, I have a very, very deep love for her because she's given me opportunities. Like I did when she did the gray sweatpants in Tampa WrestleMania weekend. She asked me to do commentary with Tasha. So like doing stuff like that is always fun and exciting. So for her to like give her blessing, she's like, of course. And then for Nick to come out and him participate, because Nick is always like, so am I wrestling or am I reffing now? And I'm like, oh my God, Nick, you're refereeing. Like, let's stop it. We did that for the shock value. I said, I can't keep putting you on in that way because then it'll lose its essence.
Right. Yeah.
So no, to your point, I didn't even, when you in it, you don't really see it. So it's interesting, like outside looking in, you're like, nah, every year is something totally different.
And that's what we look forward to like every single year. And like, so we have a lot of new viewers and listeners to the podcast. How did JobberSlam even come to be? Like, what made you say, because like we said before, throwing a wrestling show is not easy.
It's not.
It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of dedicated people.
It's not for the weak at heart.
No, it's not. So what made you say, because there's a school, but what made it all come together to be like, we're going to throw an annual wrestling show?
So before that part of it, we were doing our due diligence in sponsoring at Battle Club. Like, I met Joe through wrestling, and I've always believed in him, and the focus was always putting people of color on. And that for me meant everything because representation is something, you guys talk about it on your show. We talk about it on ours. Like, representation matters. So to have and back up someone that is on the forefront of that, it was just a no-brainer for us. Then, we just got to joking because on the podcast side, we always at the end of the year always have like 3 goals. We always be like, what's something you want to do? Who you want to interview? We always just have that kind of like powwow. And I was like, how dope would it be to just do a show? Just randomly. Like, just ha ha ha. Then my ha 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 wasn't ha 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 anymore.
It was like,
because then now everybody is like, nah, what if we do? And I'm just like, okay, I guess. So COVID actually pumped all of the brakes. So like November 2019, we had a date in July for 2020. We were going to do JobberSlam 1, July 2020, and then COVID happened. So everything just paused. And we were just like, we'll just try again when the world opens up again. So then when the world opened up again, we were like, all right, July 2021, we're here. But it really just started off as like a dream. Like it was just one of those things of like, what could we do? And I was just like, well, a show would be fun and interesting. And, you know, we know a lot of people on the indies. So, like, you know, we got really close with, you know, the crew down in Charlotte and going out on the shows and supporting them and seeing, you know, going to WrestleCade, doing stuff like that. It made me realize I was just like, we don't have that here. Like, there's not a show where everyone's like, yo, this is the show we got to go to. And it's not a shot or shade to anyone that does independent wrestling. It's just, especially in New York City, it is absolutely hard just because we have the Athletic Commission. So you see a lot of independent shows, they'll do it in Jersey because Jersey doesn't need the license. And things of that nature, which is fine. Because I think we thought about doing the show in Jersey, the first one. And we thought about maybe getting buses and having people. And I was just like, no, we're not going to do that. But it was a thought. So, but it's hard to do shows here in New York just in general. So for us to have the opportunity for Joe to be a part of that and be behind that, and then kind of like surprising me and wanting me to be on board, I was just like, well, you know, we're here, you know. And I always felt like, if I didn't, then who was? Right, you know, it was one of those like, I've always felt like that in wrestling where it was like, if I don't do it, or like, you know, if one of you guys don't, like if we don't do it,
period.
How do we set the road for someone else to do it? And that's always been my thing. Like, if I can absolutely walk away from wrestling today and be like, we've done an impactful thing that people will talk about forever. And I'm okay with that. And I'm thankful that people like you guys and like everyone else that supports, like, shows up for us, because it take, like, they always say it takes a village for the child. It takes a village for everything.
I say that all
everything.
I say that all the time to my my friends with kids, like and that really pertains to everything. I'm like, listen, they always say it takes a village to raise a child, but also takes a village to uplift the adult.
Yeah,
because it's hard out here, and whatever we do, and being that we are sitting here, 3 Black women, a part of 2 of the biggest podcasts in wrestling right now, on the indie wrestling circuit, and we're still fighting and striving to make ways and to set paths. Like, I ran into a friend outside, literally because of what I do. He's like, oh, I want you to come speak at my kid's graduation next week, Friday, because we need to see more women like you in these spaces, because they're all guys, not knowing where to, you know? So
100%.
And the support is mutual. Like, me and Pete always, like, we'll be remiss if we never said, if it was not for Jobber Tears, it would be those wrestling girls. Right. Like, Wilkins' favorite line, we all gotta eat, nigga. Like,
but it's true.
It's
true. Like, we all, like, and it was so funny because shout out to the lovely engineer. And when she saw me, she popped. She was like, oh my God. She said, I was just about to tell them they should definitely collab with y'all. And I said, well, those the homies. We do this. Like, you know, but it's because, you know, really we all we got.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, and it's not, once again, it's not a shade. It's not a shot to anybody. It's just, that's
our
what
truth.
it is.
It's
the truth. What we've experienced is that, you know, when you guys celebrated your 5-year anniversary and that party and everybody, you know, being there and everybody was just...
It made a thug cry.
But as they should, y'all getting belts and shit. I'm a little gel.
Brandon the guy. And everybody who was involved.
Yeah.
I gotta get lick backs, just saying.
Yeah, I definitely... But it shows the love and support and the impact you guys have made. So, like, stuff like that, like, I love when we can give flowers to each other on that level, because, like I said, if we don't, who
nobody
do it?
Nobody.
I think too, what's dope about JobberSlam, it truly gives us something to look forward to every year. Like, we look at the top of the year, we're like Rumble, Mania, Wale Mania, SummerSlam, JobberSlam. Like, it's always on the calendar. Like, we're like, oh, they didn't release the date, but we know that this is something that we're all going to go to. Yeah, we're all
and that was another reason why I did it early this year, because I was just like, I enjoy the summer. Like, guys, like, I mean, it's already hot.
Now it is because
last
summer
days
was not fighting back.
Spring and winter was having a good old fight, so we was struggling here in New York. But no, like I wanted this year, I wanted it to be different. I wanted all of us to enjoy SummerSlam, like it's being in our backyard, the 2 nights, like for the first time ever, and stuff like that. I wanted us to just have a moment, and then for us to enjoy everyone, like whatever anyone else got going on in the summer. Like I'm here.
I love that. And I see the theme this year. Every year you guys do sort of like a cultural touchback of like representing the culture.
You gotta give the you gotta give the recognition to those that have made an impact culturally for us. Like when we started, I don't even know how we got. I think the first one I wanted it to be paid in full. I think that's really where we were at with it, and it just graphically didn't work out. As though that's why Above the Rim happened. But then it was
one
just
of my
like,
favorite Black movies of all time.
But that was why we started to do that, because it was like we wanted it to represent us, like the Black culture, Black cinema, how it influences us. So this year, it being, I don't even know how we got to a different world, but we got there. And I think it was because I think we tried to think about doing the paid in full. We try to run it back every year. For
Janelle, like, we gonna do paid in full.
No, it's between me and Dre. Me and Dre definitely be like, we can try it. But then graphically, I don't feel it. I don't see it. So this would be hard. But with it being kind of a tournament style show, A Different World just kind of like
it fits. Because you're bringing winners from each match from different aspects of life,
different styles of wrestling,
into one big tournament. And probably some of these wrestlers have probably never even worked with each other yet. So
when I had told Alex Kane that he was facing Carter Black, because now I gotta call him Carter Black, he was just like, this is the match I've been looking for.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So like stuff like that. That's why I always say I'd rather do meaningful matches than, we can always, we can pay thousands of dollars for a former WWE person or, anybody else that's on a different promotion. We can try to do that. But to me, I'd rather it mean something to the person that's actually in the ring. Like, if you're gonna work, I'd rather it mean something to you than it just be like, I'm just here. Yeah. So like stuff like that.
And you can feel it. Like when like, you're working it, but like as we just come to have fun and turn up, you can feel that everyone that comes out of like from that curtain is like, this is my moment. I love this. I wanted to do this. That's why I'm glad there's a mix of like classic JobberSlam wrestlers, new wrestlers. Like it just gives like totally different feel. Like even when we have the opportunities to go backstage, like like you can just feel like everyone is all in.
Absolutely. And even last year when you let me be the backstage interviewer, I was doing my thing. But it was so much fun even that. Like we got to see Malcolm Muscle wrestle AJ Francis, which was funny.
God. It's hilarious because like they're actually friends. Like it just was weird because they would try to like promo each other, and it's just like, but we all know you guys like fuck with each other. So it's we got to keep kayfabe. Kayfabe was alive and well.
AJ was with me outside, and he literally like dropped a promo, and he was like, "Listen, if you want me to bust your ass again, I'll do it again." Like, but where's the footage? You never released the footage of those interviews.
We gonna have to do that. We gotta do a slow roll out of that.
Yes, from last year to expect for this year.
Because that'll be kind of cool. But AJ's like that.
AJ's like that for real.
I'm not surprised. And even going to you mentioning like kind of like old, like people that have been with us from the beginning. With Steve's match, Steve Pena versus Myron Reed, that's like his dream match. Like he legit requested Myron. And I said if we can get him to New York, we'll do it, because he's a little light skinned, a little hard to find, but we love him and we're super excited to have him for the first time. That's though like I think really like cool. I don't want to spoil it, but that may be the opening contest, so you may want to
get there on time.
Get there on
You're
time.
On not CP time, regular time. So speaking of Myron,
yes,
BRP is releasing their
yeah, they've been doing it throughout the day. So shout outs to Black Wrestling
Myron
Podcast.
is number 11.
Yeah,
Myron is number 11, so he's in the top 20.
He's been really good. He's been moving through the indies. I actually had the pleasure of seeing him in when I went for Rumble in Indianapolis, because that promotion that had did the event in honor of Terry, me and Wilkins had went. And we saw it was him, but it was dope because it was like 4 black champions all in one ring.
We
it
love
was
that.
so dope. So to see him there, I was just like, all right, we got to make this happen for Steve. Like, this is like real life. So stuff like that. That's what I said. It's all about meaningful situations. Like, plus if it's coming out of my pocket, it better be okay. I'm about 2 feet away from getting on somebody's pole.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Change for a piece of change. So let everybody know time, date again, and place to be for JobberSlam.
Got you. So as we did mention, Fanatics Fest is this weekend coming up. I believe it was at June 20th to the 22nd. But I did check the schedule, and most of the WWE people are in the AM. They're in Saturday morning. Only person I think in the afternoon is like Taker and like Alexa Bliss. I think they're the only 2 people in the PM.
Could go do some meet and greets,
so
and
people
then
can definitely go to Fanatics Fest first, and then you're gonna come over the Williamsburg Bridge, take the J train to Flushing to come for JobberSlam. So doors will open this Saturday, June the 21st. A Different World, presented by the JobberSlam podcast and Battle Club Pro. So we're super excited once again to be partnering with Battle Club. Joe's been an amazing partner throughout this whole journey. Awesome. I can't thank him enough because once again, like he kind of gave the keys to the house and said, "Here, y'all welcome to stay." So I'm always grateful for him. So once again, Saturday, June the 21st, JobberSlam 5, A Different World. Once again, it's a tournament style show. So every winner of each match will be entering into the main event gauntlet. Hopefully Wilkins got a goddamn trophy because he's been. Let me tell you about your friend. He's been wanting to do a trophy since JobberSlam 1.
Okay.
Just because he's obnoxious. Like it's like every year I'm like, there's no point of this. There's no point of this. Like we can't. What are we giving a trophy for? What are we doing? So on that train ride to going to the planning of JobberSlam 5, I randomly thought about Survivor Series. Was that 98? Where they did the one night tournament, and it kept playing in my head. So when I got to the boys, I said, "Yo, what if we just do a tournament one night thing so that Wilson can finally have his stupid ass trophy?"
Yep.
And they go, "Yeah, like let's do that." I'm like, "Okay," but all because he wants a stupid ass trophy. He wants to give it. It's not even him in it.
Who's the wild card?
I can't tell.
I try to.
You tried. That was good, girl. That was good.
Yo, what's crazy is I almost said it too. I was just like, no, ma'am. But no,
damn, we gotta be quicker than that.
I know, right?
You almost had me. But doors open at 2:00. Bells at 3. At 3:00, when we open the show, we will announce who the wild card is. I will be announcing who the wild card is at the beginning of the show. So you will know.
Be there early.
Well, who do you think it is? They both side like, damn.
That's a really good
It could be
question.
anybody.
I know who I would like it to be.
Okay, who would you like it to be?
I'm thinking Jay Bougie.
Okay.
I would just like to.
So super
like
side note.
that.
What they do, shout outs to Anthony Cole over there at BCW. The little feud him and Carter got going on is pretty dope. I will say that. I was there for the last show, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is real or not.
Right.
Really
and that's the best thing about wrestling. When you don't know if it's real or not.
And he has a smart ass mouth where you like, I really want to slap this shit.
Yeah. We really gonna
but he's
you're really gonna catch these hands, feet, and everything else.
Though. All right, so you say J Boo, who would you like?
Are we talking about men or women? I mean,
it could be either or.
Either one.
Oh, wild card. I don't know. It's just so many.
I know.
I want to say Faye. I want to say Tasha. It's
Those
just
are some
so
good
many.
wild cards.
Yeah, hell, I want to say Wilkins just so his mama could be in there.
Right.
Mama Wilkins, so my wild card.
I couldn't let her do that. I had to apologize to their mama that last show because she didn't know, and I was just like, and she was just like, could you? She's like, how they gonna do me like that? I said, you know what? How did they do you like that?
Right.
I'm so sorry. I've been apologizing to their mama for the past 2 jobs. I hate it here.
Like, get me out of this situation.
Get me out. But no, those are actually very good wild cards amongst the board. And once again, shout out to Tasha. Tasha Steeles was a part of our very first JobberSlam.
Yes.
Her and Swole were the main event, and it was dope because the day I'll never forget, Swole has said she never main evented.
That was,
yeah,
she
it was
told
that
us
part.
that.
Yeah.
We were like,
so like for
my
me,
God.
I was just like, what? And I had no idea. Like I'm literally getting sponsor bags together, and we're setting up for the show, and she's just like, yeah, I've never main evented. And I was just like, wait, what?
Oh my God.
How? So that's why I said it's always unintentionally and intentionally
That
it's
is
been
so special.
meaningful and special every single year. Like I'm glad that, you know, people such as yourselves and other people that have supported and come to the shows, they look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the behind the scenes, it's a little,
Listen.
I'm on E, but to
It's
hear
worth it.
the love and hear that you guys are excited, it makes it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be boo-hooing until Saturday, but I'll know that it's worth it because you guys are excited and you guys are invested. It's a great thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So before we get into some other wrestling,
So we definitely got to talk about other wrestling.
what is
I'm always
y'all favorite JobberSlam moments over the years? I know we talked about Wilkins, and that was wild. But what are some memories that live rent free in your head? I know you mentioned the electric slide.
Oh yeah,
which
because I was about to say that
Well,
again.
that's more or less like us.
That was
like,
us.
like that wasn't live.
and that was
in
like
color.
us not wanting to leave
I
because
think-
the
Yeah,
energy
like,
in the
that's
building.
funny.
Like I think
They had to
everything
kick
was
us
even
out.
broken down already, and we were like, "No, this was so
we
great."
just want to stay. I was just like, well, we gotta go, guys. They're gonna kick us out.
I think for me, one being the backstage interviewer last year, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I also want to say the okay, so funny story. So JobberSlam 2, I believe, or 3, we were outside. I was with BRP, and we was looking for more chairs. So they couldn't find no more chairs. So we was looking for like chairs, whatever. So one of the BRP guys got a chair and didn't realize it was a cucumber taped under the chair. This is for the sweatpants, the gray sweatpants match.
Wait, was it? I almost said, was it Earl Asson?
So
I feel like
we sitting there cracking up. We like, yo, you took somebody's penis. Like, you got to put it back. Put the chair back.
Because I think they was looking for the chair.
Yeah, no, they weren't looking for the chair yet. So after a while, like we after we finished laughing, we was like, why? Everyone's like, why they got a cucumber strapped to the chair? Like, what is happening? And then when everybody came out with the sweatpants, I'm like, you would have fucked up the whole thing.
The whole spot
They over here
would've
looking
been
for a chair
sabotaged.
and a cucumber under it. And it's like, where's Waldo with the cucumber? Because y'all done took
Y'all
the
done
chair.
sit the chair.
Yeah,
That
so I
is
think
so
that was one of my favorite times because it was just being that everybody didn't know what was happening and while the matches was still going and we was having our own moment, but I still paying attention to the match. That was a fun moment. For me.
That was
No,
really
that's
funny.
dope. See, shit like that,
was
I would not. I
really
wouldn't know.
funny.
That was hilarious.
It was one JobberSlam where it was like hot, like
Which is why
blazing
I
hot.
keep telling this one inside because Saturday's supposed to be like 90 degrees. I said no.
I'm here
Even
for
now,
it.
I
I'm
had
here
checked-
for it.
You can have it.
I will take it all.
I like fall. Technically I'm a summer baby because fall don't start until the middle of September. But I like a good old hoodie and shorts.
Yeah, me too.
I
Give me
can
a little.
When we
mix of
start
that.
getting like no clothes,
I
like
love
we're
it, no
at that
clothes.
level of like I just want to ride the train and not get off. That's how hot it is.
Hell no. I'll be in my house. Or I'll be in my car frigid.
Yeah.
When it get cold, it get cold. When it get hot, it get hot.
Oh God.
See?
But then you got the heated, like you can accommodate everything.
I
So
can,
it's-
so
it's
I'll
a
be
great
good.
thing.
Like, what? No. Mm-mm.
I think one of my favorite things about JobberSlam was that's where I discovered Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Was at JobberSlam.
Willow told so we probably was one of her last indie dates because she had told me she got signed. Like we had a moment. We had a conversation. And I told her in her face, I said, make sure they treat you right. Mm-hmm. I said, I don't care what, make sure they treat you right.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, I need you to speak up.
And you got a whole squad behind you.
Oh, 1,000%.
And that's and that was wild. And every time like she'll get a title shot, stuff like that, and she don't. I was just like, why y'all
Right.
messing with my girl?
Right.
But It's so funny you mentioned that because that was one of her I think last indie dates was that JobberSlam.
Wow.
It could have been JobberSlam 3.
I think so.
I think it was 3.
I remember
because it was I think we were inside.
I think we were
the
inside.
Second one, that cucumber one I think was the second one because the second one was outside.
Yes, and I think the
third one was inside, and then last year was at the first year's venue.
Yep.
So this year we're gonna be inside.
And I remember
I'm fighting for inside because I don't want to be outside.
Yeah, I remember Willow coming out and her the reaction that she got. Like she kind of already felt like a star. Like at that time, and I remember being like, "Oh my god, she's mad." I was like, "She feels magical." Like it was something about her energy, the way she connected with fans. Like I obviously wasn't like, oh, she's gonna be signed in 2 years, but there was some like she had something like for sure.
But she's always been that way.
She's so nice.
She's by far. I mean, I rarely meet anybody that's like nasty, and if you are, I don't interact. But people like her, I've always wanted to win. So even and I've seen her through the indies. So like. I seen her neck brace and all when she broke her neck types, like injured, out for a year and a half type shit. Like,
oh my God.
So when we were able to get her for that JobberSlam, it meant something to me because it was just like, I know what you've been through. I've seen it. So that's why when she told me, I said, make sure they treat you right. I said, I want you to win. I want you. I said, T, you deserve to be on TV. You deserve that. But it got to be done right.
Right. How did it feel seeing Willow on national TV?
I was like, girl, that's my friend. I said, that's my friend.
I was like,
that's the best feeling. Like when you
it
actually
really was
know
like,
them.
oh my God, like this is crazy.
Yo, I laugh all the time when I see people that I know.
I'm sure,
so
like,
funny.
I kind of miss AEW Dark for that reason because there was a lot of indie wrestlers that I'm like, oh wait, I saw them at Hog, I saw them at Jobbers, and they're like on TV, and it's just like such a YouTube, but you know what I mean. But it's still like such a cool thing. Like when she was on that AEW reality show that they have for 2 seconds, I was just like, oh my God, like this is huge.
She's meant for TV, so I'm glad that. And if that's the place for her, then I support her. I may not always support the company, but I support her and the people that I also know that work for the company. I support them. Like that is very important to me. But
that's cool.
So we'll be talking about moments, and then I guess we'll talk about some good wrestling.
Yes.
My favorites, one of my favorites. There's actually 2, and it really is from the first JobberSlam, where I boohooed like a baby. But nobody but Michael probably saw me because he was sitting next to me. But the first one was, so we had did a 6-man tag, and it was Shane Taylor Promotions versus Prolific.
Oh, that was that's when I started cracking on Ron in his Church Avenue suit. Yup.
And he still got them
And remember,
outfits.
I was like, you can Google us.
He's still, Yeah, I always want to get buck at people. Yeah, we got Black out here screaming at O'Shea. I was like, oh my God. I don't know what to do. But when we did the 6-man tag, and once again, they were the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. So like for me, it was never like we gotta put. Shane said we'll put the belts on the line, like just straight up. Like that's why I always have love and a special place for Shane Taylor for me, because like he's always just been like, yo, supportive. He'll do whatever for whoever. So he was like, yo, we'll put the belts on the line. I said, what? It's the first show we doing, and you want to do this? Okay. But so Shane Taylor Promotions comes out, and then Prolific comes out, and I'm in the corner boo-hooing because these are my brothers. Like I remember when 2 out of the 3, because the third one was out training with Booker in Texas. But I've literally seen 2 out of the 3 start wrestling from the beginning.
Wow.
Like when they started training at Warriors, and we were going to Staten Island on the fucking ferry to go see them wrestle. Like seen them from the beginning. So for them to have that moment, and for me to be able to give them that, I said, I ain't got to do nothing else.
That's everything.
And then the second one, same show, main event, was going against I forgot their tag team name, but it was the 2 girls that had the Battle Club Pro Tag Team Champions, and main event didn't know they were winning. So what we ended up doing was, so this is a little behind the scene magic.
Yes.
What we ended up doing is we told they knew the finish, but they didn't know there was a second part to the finish. So when the third count, if you ever go back and watch it on Title Match Network, cheap plug, but I love Title Match. for always supporting and sponsoring, you know, JobberSlam and Battle Club Pro shows.
Some good matches on there.
If you go back and watch Midas's face, because you can't see Jay Lyons because he's in a mask.
He's in a mask.
I remember the first time
So Midas's face is just like, when he hits the 3 and he realizes at that moment that they won the belts, he was just like,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
he was just like, what? And the extra part of it was Jay Lyons' family. His grandmother was there, his grandfather was there, his parents were there. Like, I kept trying to tell them, yo, make sure family is here. Not trying to spoil the surprise, but I'm just like, I was pressured. I said, yo, make sure people are here for y'all. So they win the belts. I go behind the curtain after they win, and Midas looked at me like, really, bitch?
You wasn't going to say nothing.
You wasn't going to tell us that we was going to win them belts? I said, got you.
Got you. That, Janelle.
So stuff like that stuff, little things like that. Like that first one is just always going to be magical to me. Like the people that came out, the matches we had, it definitely taught me a lot because I was just like, well, we're not doing 12 matches again, guys.
Was it 12 matches?
It felt like it, but it probably was definitely about 10. Like, even this year, I really went into it like, I want 6 tops. Just because my attention
to give them more time, too.
Yeah.
That and part, the tournament style adds a whole other element, too.
I ain't got to spend more money.
Okay.
It's a bunch that goes into that.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely the tournament style definitely helped budget it a lot better. And I had told, this is probably our like lowest budgeted event because of how we structured it. But, you know, we get old. Life is life in. We got things to do outside of wrestling.
A good wrestling show.
I'm already overdue for a nap. You talking about we getting old.
We old. Like, girl, I ain't have a nap all day.
That's why I'm glad SmackDown's going back to 2 hours.
Okay.
Because I can't.
I'm not going to hold you. That is a bit, it's a bit rough.
It really is.
A bit rough. It's not like if you don't watch the clock, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna enjoy it. But if my eye hit that clock and it says like 9:59 and we still got a whole hour,
yeah.
Oh my god, I don't.
On a Friday night.
Speaking of wrestling, let's get into it.
Okay,
a lot has happened. Shout out to Jade Advance.
Yes.
Jade Advance,
girl.
Okay?
Do we not think she was going to?
I'm not saying.
Do we not think she not going to win the whole thing?
No, I'm not saying that she not, but it'll be great if she does because now we have Naomi who's been on some
what do y'all
black
think
female
of Naomi's little turn of events?
Let's just say I had to hit up my friend and ask her if she was okay. Literally, I had to, hey girl, you okay? You all right? Because you know. This is a little bit excessive. Like, what's happening here?
I love it.
Had to hit up my friend and see if she was okay. But I do love Naomi's trajectory. Like, how she left really and came back and how it was literally like honestly, if I'm gonna put this out there. If Columbia University wants to do a class on Naomi's heel turn for whatever subject, let me teach it, please. I already got the degree from y'all. We can cut down some stuff on my loans if I come and teach it at that in that school, okay? Because I can explain very well why Naomi is doing what she's doing and how she's doing it. Like, she is really giving like single black female meet whatever psychotic person is out there right now on
the craziest person
you know, meet like. It's so many things culminated into one.
I really
like
it.
You were supposed to wear that outfit. We got that outfit together.
Yo, but her posting that photo,
like she was
made
so
it
mad.
so much better. The phone calls,
it's like
the Instagram comments,
like it's, and we love her.
Absolutely.
The character. And I love how they bring in like character, like real life into like character, right? Like because they're really keeping the kayfabe or whatever. Like. Bianca has her in her phone as stalker, do not answer. And then Naomi has her phone as my BB and they're hugging.
And
it's
so
just like
funny
the dynamic is just it's the delusion.
So
now when you have Naomi who's Miss Money in the Bank.
Woo.
Shout out to that.
Bianca, first time a black woman to do it.
Okay. Bianca's on the shelf because her knuckle looked like a kneecap.
Yeah, she broke her finger at WrestleMania.
And then you have Jade, who we know is definitely going to advance. So you're going to have a Queen of the Ring and a Miss Money in the Bank fighting over the person in the middle, which is Bianca Belair to figure out.
I know I'm still
that's what I'm about to say. who's going to figure out if their true colors is going to come out to see if she really has something to do with Jade's attack.
So what if?
So I'm here for everything.
What if Naomi gives the briefcase to Bianca?
Oh, I like that because it's unique and it would give that whole like, are you crazy now?
And that is the tie-in to seeing the behind between her and Naomi.
Yeah, because every time we've seen Jade and Bianca in the ring, they would just kind of size each other up. They wouldn't say anything. Like Naomi gave Jade the head nod when she found out that, Bianca gave Jade the head nod when she found out that Naomi, was the one that attacked her. And she was just like, go ahead, do it. But we've never seen, like, we still haven't had a conversational interaction between these two.
Exactly.
And I feel like every time they try to, something happens where they don't.
Yep.
So, like, even when Jade had came back and she did that one-on-one interview in the empty arena for that segment, and then Liv and Raquel came, and I was just like, just before we was about to find out some shit, guys.
They're doing that so
They're
well.
doing it so good. And then people are forgetting, like, because we don't see Naomi, we don't see Jade and Bianca together often. Like, Naomi ain't seen Bianca since she was in Tennessee, like, in her hometown.
Because also, if Jade and if Naomi attacked Jade and Bianca had no idea, why Bianca and Jade are not like, there's no reason why they shouldn't be.
Well,
cool.
remember in the beginning, Jade was talking about how nobody reached out to her. Jade was talking about how Bianca ain't really have her back.
But put yourselves in their shoes. If it was you, if let's say the three of us, and let's say I'm Jade, you Bianca, you Naomi.
I could see you come. I could see a crazy coming out. I could see it.
That's actually hilarious.
I agree, y'all, and I will be stalking y'all.
But don't call me.
But
think about it as women and as how we key. Do you really honestly think Bianca didn't know? Is she putting up the front?
Yeah,
because you would put up the front for your friend.
You would put
up the front
but
for
then
the person
it's also,
that you
but to play
with.
devil's advocate or whatever. If you know the personality, right? If you know me as a personality and she has a plot, but she wants to tell me, but she can't because I'm already the medium. Like, we should come and talk this out. Like, why are we saying, why do you feel like you have to be jealous of her? Like, I'm not going anywhere. We're in the middle. Like, we're here together. We're this, that, and third. There could have been a moment in time where Naomi didn't say anything to Bianca or whatever happened. Like, it's really two sides to a coin. We just don't know which side is going to land on. Right now, that coin is sitting on the
we also have SummerSlam.
Yeah.
There's 2 nights of SummerSlam. What stories is going into that?
Listen, those wrestling girls need to be a part.
Yes.
Listen, if we got to call and be a mediator, like we have a live podcast and we just try to figure it out.
SummerSlam, we can have a powwow, ladies.
Yes,
I'm kind of here for it.
Y'all gonna be in our hometown. It's only right that those wrestling girls is the one that's gonna have this live podcast powwow between the three of y'all and figure it out. And if somebody had to throw a punch, let me know because I'm either punching or ducking. Please.
So I have a quick question. If not Jade, who else wins this tournament?
Who's in it?
Because you got Roxanne.
Oh, Roxy and Asuka, I think, because Asuka just
advanced.
And Alexa Bliss. So those are the 4 that are in the semi.
Even though I wouldn't be against her winning, because her versus Tiffany, I would be intrigued about.
But what does Queen of the Ring get you?
They get the match at
title
SummerSlam.
match.
A title match. Okay, got it.
Whoever, because it's by brand. So you got Raw and SmackDown. So whoever wins, they meet their brand champion at SummerSlam.
That will be.
So that's why I was like, Alexa, her winning, and then facing Tiffany is not bad.
I actually will be here for that.
Who's on? Or you could do Asuka winning because she got injured last year during the tournament.
And it'll be Asuka.
And then her and Io. Which is wild.
I think everybody's been waiting for that. They quietly ended Damage Control. So
I mean, to be fair, Damage Control ended when Bayley got kicked out.
I mean,
that's
a fact. That's a fact.
Just gonna put that out there.
But no, that's actually good. But now going back to the Queen of the Ring getting a championship match or whatever. So if we're doing SmackDown and say it's Jade versus Tiffany, which is also not going to be a bad match. And you got Naomi trying to cash in.
No, she'll cash in.
That's what I'm saying. Naomi trying to, because now they got to get their hands on each other, and then Naomi got to get her lick back because she lost against Jade at WrestleMania.
Facts. which I was surprised about.
I wanted Naomi
I wasn't
to win.
mad about it.
I wanted
was
Naomi
surprised.
to cheat and win somehow.
Yeah.
And then just like keep it going.
But you know what? I felt like
but they still keeping it going.
when she won Money in the Bank, I was just like, well, okay, I guess that L at Mania it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it was just like.
I need that.
Being there, I was just like, wait, when I heard the 3 count, I said, oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
She just won her first WrestleMania match like that?
See, first single
Mind you,
match.
her second WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
How long
her
has she
first
been in the
single.
company? Like 3 years.
Listen.
But it shows you if you use the people you got,
Yeah.
You gonna get to where you gonna
do
need
some
to
magic
be.
things.
That is so true, for sure. But I don't know. I've been really into Roxanne right now.
I love
like
Roxanne.
I think I would love to hear your opinion, but I feel like she fits on the main roster. Like she doesn't look like a call up that's getting an opportunity. As soon as she was in the ring with these people, I was like, she belongs.
No, I've loved her from NXT. I definitely know Booker shed a few tears when she left, but I like how they kind of they did a slow transition with her, Julia, and Stephanie, and I did appreciate that, especially for those that don't watch NXT, because then you're like, and then like I said, commentary. I tell people commentary outside of planning a show, commentary is the second hardest job in professional wrestling. But commentary, like Michael Cole and them, they did a fabulous job telling you where they're from, introducing them, you getting information about them, what they've done in NXT, like stuff like that matters.
It really
especially
does.
for fans that don't watch the product all the time.
Yep.
So I love that they've been putting Roxy in these positions because she can flourish in them. It's not
She
like
really
she can't
can.
hold her own. So no, I think I love the fact that she's in the tournament. I think that's dope. I think it'll be crazy if she won. That'll be
Because I was like, if
Whoa.
not Jade, I was like, maybe, but I think they're going against each other in the semifinals, so maybe not. But I could see her also winning it.
really anybody in that semifinal.
Right.
Yeah, I could see her winning it, but I also feel like what my issue with Roxanne is that it's like she's becoming the new Liv of Judgment Day. The same way that Liv kind of smuggled her way in around the Rhea and Dominic, now I feel like they're trying to do that with Roxanne.
But that was Finn.
I like
But that was Finn. Yeah, but that was Finn.
That
And
was Finn's fault.
I saw this morning, I don't know why Dominic Mysterio tweets is popping up on my timeline. Like I follow him because I don't. But it was just like, yo, stop giving Triple H ideas for creative. And it was like, what if Roxanne comes in and do to Liv what Liv did to Rhea with Dominic?
But that's what Finn was doing.
yeah.
So it's unfortunate that Liv got injured. Super freak accident.
That shit is crazy.
That's
super freak
Sucks
accident.
about fucking
Like,
wrestling.
I hate that she's
because
missing.
it's a move that she does all, like everyone does that move, and it just so happened
It
that
just was a freak accident, and it just was like, damn. So
But that was her Nikki Bella karma, period.
nah, because I'm upset because I really I was invested in the match.
Wait,
Me
what
too.
you mean?
I was invested in the match, and now it's not gonna happen, and I'm upset about it.
Right, me too. So remember, Nikki came out.
Yeah.
Liv hit it with the Oblivion or whatever. So on Monday, Liv and Dom opened the show. Liv was talking mad shit about Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you have your match. You try to go protect yourself and you dislocate your right shoulder. That's a Nick. You don't go against the Bella army. Gay.
But now what the fuck she gonna do?
I mean, she out for 3 months, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
We'll be
done.
in June.
Damn, so she's
No,
missing
she's
Evolution.
missing Saturday main event. She's missing Evolution, unfortunately. And she's missing SummerSlam, which is
SummerSlam.
in her home state.
Oh, fuck, that really sucks.
My thing is that it's a dislocated shoulder. You can't pop that shit back into place and
depends
start
on how
exercising.
severe it
Yeah,
is.
I mean,
'Cause
it
that's
looked
what-
pretty bad.
That's what Michael had said when we had watched it, because we watched it and we thought
But
it was
I didn't
an
see
elbow.
nothing.
We've
Yeah,
seen
like I
people
didn't see
do it.
nothing
We thought
pop
it was
out
the
or
elbow.
nothing. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
So throughout the night, and then when Michael Cole had said she dislocated her shoulder, I said, "Oh, let me just start googling." And that shit, they said I could say anywhere. It's depending on the severity of it. It can take anywhere to weeks to months.
yeah, 3
for that
months.
to heal.
Well, we hopefully she's a fast healer.
Right.
Yeah, let
That's
it
what
go.
I'm hoping for.
And
but
you
she's
know they
also
can't-
been working. She doesn't
Yeah,
take
her
a lot
body's
of
probably
breaks.
So I got a
tired.
question for y'all. Do y'all think them tag belts is cursed?
At this point,
Get some holy
something
water. Let's
is
do a
up.
prayer over it.
Oh my God, just remember that she's a tag team champion.
So now
oh
they're
my
gonna-
God.
So there's a great chance that they're going to relinquish
they're
those
100%.
again.
They're 100% cursed at this point.
Because it's something we
Right?
spoke about. What's the last night when we recorded? I asked Will, because I said, "You think the belt's cursed?"
I think
He
so.
goes, nah. I said, nah. Them belts ain't been the same from the beginning.
Them belts ain't been the same since Naomi and Sasha walked away.
Yeah,
them belts have not been the same.
Been the
True.
same.
And then
So,
my favorite tag team champions is Naomi and
Sasha.
Yeah, like I just think they
and I
just
felt
worked.
like the only time we really got some good
was Naomi and Bianca.
Yeah,
And then
but
Naomi.
you get Jade, but Jade,
Oh, yeah, but
Jade
Jade
and Bianca
got-
were
yeah,
champs first,
yeah,
and then
yeah, I
that's
See,
what
forgot.
it's
happened.
always something. It's always something.
Y'all not praying over them belts.
One tag team
I need
champion
somebody
done
to-
push the
They need
other
to throw
tag
some
team
holy water on
champion.
there.
To be honest, they really need to get rid of it. To be completely honest,
If I honestly feel the same, if you're not gonna book them as their own division, then then leave it.
If you're not gonna cultivate a tag team
Right.
division within the women's division,
Right.
then there's no point. Like you get the rumors of Natalia and old girl being the Dungeon Dolls or whatever. Like if you're not going to fully invest in having whether it's 5 or 6 tag teams and letting them
Right.
go. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's okay. Y'all
'Cause
done
then you
added
have
the IC title.
your top stars are tag team champions, but then they're also in title opportunities.
Right.
Yeah, which makes no
it
sense.
makes no
Like
sense.
Because you
champions
already
should not
know
be
the
fighting
person
for
that
And then you
win.
title
there's so much
opportunities.
like y'all have mad talent back there. A tag team division would be the easiest way to like use all of them. Like it makes no sense to me. But speaking of Evolution, Janelle, what do you see main event in Evolution? Because we had said
It was probably supposed to be this damn Nikki Bella.
it probably was, yeah. Because before
Liv
everybody-
Morgan match.
Before that, we said Jade and Naomi.
or a triple threat. Well,
Or
before
triple
everybody
threat,
got hurt,
before
and
the
stuff.
knuckles and
Yeah.
kneecaps and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I don't know. I'm trying to think because like I went to the first one. when it
We
was
did
here.
too. That's how those wrestling girls became a
Yeah.
thing the day after.
So yeah, so going and being a part of it, I'm kind of upset that I can't go.
Yeah,
to
same.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Same for us too.
And it's funny because it's the same weekend Beyonce's in Atlanta too. So I was just like, I
Oh.
definitely don't even want that smoke. But
That's gonna be a lot.
yeah.
That's gonna be a lot.
So you got that at the stadium and then that at State Farm. But I wanted to go for NXT and for Evolution, but it's not gonna happen. But who would I do? I hope they don't do. You know what? I hate bad people in the ring. Like I hate,
battle royals.
8-man tag, 10-man
Yeah.
tag.
Oh yeah.
I hate shit like that. I mean, even triple threats, depending on who it is, it may be too much for me. But I mean, I feel like you gotta have a mixture of past and present. But I don't know that Liv getting injured was the curveball.
It really
because they
was,
still
yeah.
haven't really put any because they're still setting up for Saudi next weekend.
Yep.
Crazy how that's next weekend.
I know.
And then you really won't really know what they're trying to do until really after that. But I do love that they're going to incorporate NXT. So you're going to have an NXT women's title match at
Okay.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Because they had those qualifiers on NXT this past week. So I do like that. I actually really hope they do utilize a lot of the NXT
Me
girls.
too.
Yes,
Because they've been working.
Yeah, they have been.
That's an opportunity they deserve.
Okay,
for
They
sure.
have been.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like main event is so big though. I'm trying to think who was the main event the first one.
Rhonda and Nikki.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh
Rhonda
God.
and Nikki.
Please save
You
us.
know what I think now?
Oh, them bitches may run that back.
Who I'm
Jesus.
feeling should kind of like main event because it'll kind of reignite a feud from the NXT days. Rhea and Raquel.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
So I'm on board with that. Even though I'm not really subscribing to Raquel, and I really
she a
haven't.
Trump supporter.
And I really haven't since NXT. It ain't got nothing to do. I've never
she
really.
don't do it for me either. But
Her new
She's
entrance
really
for me
nice,
was
but
good
she's a
though, and her
nice-
looking at the camera with her glasses down, like I don't know, for some reason, like her whole attitude, like she's not doing the big back thing.
that's better than
she
that
didn't do
back
the big back
shit.
thing, and I feel like that kind of like drawing me into her, and
that phased out real quick.
yeah. So I do like this whole feud, like
But I do like that they're picking up that.
Yeah,
NXT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it makes sense because Liv isn't there. Ray and Liv always had beef, and Liv's not there. Raquel can slide in.
and they caused each other their spots in the Queen of the Ring tournament. So I wouldn't be mad at seeing Rhea and Raquel like
Now
main
something
event.
they
that.
may do, because someone asked like, what about the Freebird rule? And I was just like, y'all consider Roxy a part of that crew, and she ain't fully in, but they may be able to let her, because like
That
when
would be
Jay
good.
got injured and Naomi, went in her place, they may let Roxy be her proxy. And
But
they could
Naomi,
defend
they
the
also
tag
had her
title.
match to make sure, like Naomi, that it wasn't just given to her. Raquel is not going to sit here
But that's
unless
something they can
Finn
do.
be like, yo, we really got to do this. What would Liv want? Liv would not want Roxanne to be holding that title.
Because that's how you get them belts off of them.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Instead of just relinquishing it and doing nothing with them.
That is
But
true.
you get the opportunity to do that. I don't know if you do the Bella twins together. I don't know if her sister gonna be on board.
I mean, Brie was having conversations with them.
Yeah, I do know that. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. If they
And
gonna
Nikki
be
was
on
supposed to
board.
be in Green Bay this past week, past Monday. I don't know why, because when Liv was talking, I'm like, right, cue Nikki Bella's music.
Right.
Where it's at? It's not here. Okay.
I'm just trying to think who else like old school they would get to come back.
But it would have to make sense.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, my only old school person I want to see come back right now and get they lick back is Lita. Because Lita got that cookie ain't been back since.
No,
Speaking
that's
of
it.
tag team
Good on her.
championships,
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, ever since she got that black eye and got attacked, she ain't been
it was
back.
literally like she was never a part of
And
that
then
story.
we tried to
Ooh,
ask
was it
her,
Trish? Was
and
it
remember
Trish?
they diverged the question.
They definitely did.
They was like, we gonna talk about.
definitely did.
We
I
need
wonder
to.
if Lita was just like over it. Maybe
think
I
so.
don't know. Like it
I'm
has to be
over it.
some.
But you know who else can main event? Bailey and Becky,
yes,
because Bailey was just in the interview.
They doing the damn match on Monday Night Raw.
No, but they
next
was
week.
just doing Bailey was just doing the interview talking about her relationship. Like, I know they're all four horsemen, but she was like, she was never that close with Charlotte and Becky at
But you
all.
can tell.
I mean, I know you can tell.
we put them together like professionally, but
Like,
that don't mean
promo
that they
on
was
Monday
besties.
That was real.
Yeah,
That was
That- no, that was
she
for
meant
sure
that
real.
shit from her chest.
hell yeah.
From
That's
her
why I
yams.
think that would be a good
Yeah.
main event for
From her
Evolution because
yams.
it's real.
But they may fuck it up and do the triple threat with the Lyra girls. I don't know.
Oh, I can see that.
Lyra's
They
doing.
like that.
Lyra's
She grew on me.
Grown
She grew on me.
I'm glad for y'all.
I was not
She's low-key
convinced.
grown on me.
And then what? Oh, Royal Rumble.
I haven't
was
subscribed
like,
since NXT. I just I can't get with Becky Lynch 2.0. I'm so sorry, guys, but
Oh, like heel Becky or
No,
Nah,
Lyra's Becky
just-
Lynch
yeah.
2.0.
yeah.
I thought you was talking about Becky.
Mm-mm. And you know what? I've never really been subscribed to Becky like that, but I do like the heel. The she had walked out with that fucking Chicago bitch jacket. I said,
Yo.
I said, girl, you're not even from there, and I know what you're doing.
Yo.
I know what you're doing, and you're not even from here. But it was but stuff like I feel like I'm a wrestling fan right now where I look at the little things.
Right.
It's the details for me. It's production for me. The camera angle.
Right.
Oh, damn. They saying Liv Morgan's injury is going to require surgery.
Oh, then she's out for the rest
She's
of the year.
out, yeah.
Oh man.
And that's that's always if it's not surgery, then it'll be
Right.
weeks to months. If it's surgery, it's definitely a minimum 6 months.
She's out. For
yeah,
sure.
she's gone.
Damn. That was like, you blinked and that match was over. I said,
Yo, I was like,
I'm like,
wait,
how long
what happened?
Was it 5 minutes?
No, I literally looked down and then I just see
said, what
Kyrie going back and forth. I was like, wait, what just happened?
What's going
and they
on?
talked about it a lot. I'm like, do they normally talk about injuries
No,
like that?
not
Because
like
they
that.
really like
No, which honestly I
replaying.
appreciate it because it was
Yeah.
one of those things where you're live, like you can't
Right.
really.
You might as
and like
well
if you
touch
got
on
the
it.
free ad Netflix thing, you seeing everything,
Right.
So you like, oh, what's
right.
going
And
on?
everybody gonna start speculating on Twitter anyway because everybody's a wrestling expert.
Yeah.
So they might as
Lord.
well say like, okay,
Yeah,
this
just
is
say
what
what it
happened.
is.
You know, we wish her all the
Yeah,
best.
they
and-
definitely probably gonna drop
First
the
off,
medicine.
I gotta, before we wrap up, because I know we gotta go soon. Where the fuck is Pat McAfee? Why you out here 2
Oh, I
weeks not
think
out
he's
here?
doing
But he's
like
doing
NBA
ESPN
and
stuff.
stuff.
Oh,
for,
okay.
yeah. I think football season and like NBA finals. I think he.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
He booked him busy. He booked
All
him
right,
busy.
just bring the bacon home.
And
I
feel
did like Corey Graves. I'm a like I like him on commentary. Like it was
I
nice.
loved him and Conan together actually for
First of
that
all,
World's Collide.
Conan,
He's
That's
funny.
I love him.
Yo,
He
I'll
can do
never
no wrong in
forget.
my eyes.
He's
I'll
funny.
never forget when we was in that hotel, in the reception area or whatever after Mania. We was in Texas or LA, and Conan was at the bar.
It probably was L.A.
He
think it
probably
was
yeah.
LA.
He was at the bar. He had on slippers, not even chancletas. He had on slippers, house slippers, the ones that you wear so down like you got to scrape your foot across the floor.
That's
Some
tough.
baggy pants. Like he just looked like he walked in off the street. And I remember BRP's friend Mel was just like, that's Conan? He over here look like somebody's Tio. Like, who is this? I was cracking up.
Some of our faves
because they was
uncles
so
now.
they was like he was so inconspicuous. Like you would have never thought. And somebody didn't point it out. And the only reason why we saw it because X-Pac was at the bar with the dog on his chest. And he dropped a cup and the glass broke. Well, X-Pac, what you doing at the bar? What are you doing at the bar? But he was drinking water.
Chilling.
But Conan was cool on commentary.
That was good.
It was good.
I like hearing like fresh voices. Like, I think that's what I like about the new regime.
I was about to say, who's
it's
like right
fresh.
now commentary was? Because like I said, commentary is super crucial
It is.
for wrestling. And I feel like people don't understand that most of the time. And it's just like, commentary is like, if I'm close my eyes, if I'm blind, all I have is sound.
Period.
Yeah.
So like, I gotta be able to close my eyes and visually see what's going on.
Oh, for sure. Even going to live shows, like there are times I miss commentary where I'm just like when I go to a show live, I'm like, damn, like I kind of wish.
I hate double backing.
Yeah, me too. Like I feel like once I've been there, I don't want to see it again.
But because
like rewatching it,
WWE's been on like this roller coaster. I'm just like, I gotta hear commentary. I gotta hear Michael Cole just said that.
Because I like that they do. Because remember, at one point they didn't talk about legacies of wrestlers like what they did in Mexico, Japan. It was like, however they wanted us to see this person is what they said. Now I love that they're like, oh, she wrestled here, she wrestled there, because it really does educate people, you know,
and
like
it makes you look up and see like the old stuff. It was like, I think when Penta first came up and people just randomly started saying like, yo, did you know he had a match with Chelsea Green? I'm just like, guys.
Like, who you talking to?
Like, guys. But it's stuff like that when you see somebody new, and
that would have never been mentioned
him
before.
like a lot of those, and it's once again not no shade, but a lot of those former AEW superstars
got that shine when they come here.
Look, they got a fresh coat of paint, and
it's kind of wild.
It's
kind of wild. Like that should be studied.
I said to Wilkins yesterday,
let me teach it.
I said to him yesterday, I said the way that they got what's well, now she's Blake Monroe, but how they got Mariah May?
Yes.
Mariah May.
That needs to be studied.
Yeah,
because she wasn't even gone. Her contract didn't ended but 2 days.
Yep. And same with Ricky Starks.
I said,
but you gotta remember, Mariah May already had auditioned for WWE before.
And that really be their end goal. Like, let's be real.
Yo, can we?
What I want to say, look, going back to like how they be fresh coat of paint. I don't know why Penta looked so weird to me when he came out during that match. Like, it was like you had the mask and the makeup on, and it made remember that Nicolas Cage movie where his head was on fire? That's what it was just so big, and then Penta's rest of the body was small.
In WWE or in AEW?
No, WWE, this past Monday. Okay. I'm like, why he look I'm like,
when he did the segment with what's her name? Kathy Kelly, when they was up during the commercial break?
No, when they all when it was Jay Uso and them fighting at the end, and he jumped over. I'm like, why his head? If he move, it's not equal. Like his equilibrium going to be up because it just looks so weird. It's like it was so top heavy and everything. Like you had on black.
He probably got a black leather mask on top of a mask.
Yep.
And they kind of gave him a cue, and he was just like, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna just go." Because he literally ran down the ramp.
Ran in the ring, jumped over.
I was like, what is going on?
And then he kind of, stumbled, but, whatever. But I was like, he looked a little bit
He's another
uneven.
one in
really,
in
all
WWE where I was just like,
so many say what you want. Like I'll be like, yo, Russo been on my TV more times than he been on AEW.
And just
Andrade been on my TV.
months?
He had a best of 7
with a whole man with Carmelo Hayes, and
that was good.
that pissed me off. It just ran too long for me. Like it was just like a dog chasing its tail.
Yo, but after it happened, it made me appreciate it because I was just like, we don't get too many of those no more, and it's because we don't have that attention span like
that's
we used
true.
to.
And I liked it too because a lot of the AEW fans like AEW is where the wrestling happens, and it's like, well, now we do it over here too, and we do it a little bit
like
better.
That. And I just but that's wrestling.
That's wrestling.
That's wrestling.
That's wrestling.
Yeah,
Well, I know we didn't cover a lot that we wanted to cover, but we covered the majority of it because we were happy to have you, Janelle.
Of course.
On the show today.
We gotta have you.
Listen,
more often.
it's refreshing for me to have a wrestling conversation with women.
Female.
Yes.
And
I feel like this link up, like I feel like people are literally going to be like, oh my God, why hasn't this happened more often?
Because the last time it was me and Ciendo with you talking about Survivor Series. And then we ended up going to Chicago and I froze my little tush off. But whatever.
I always go back to that because me and Wilkins had a conversation last night on our podcast. And because, he wants to give Roman all the flowers. And I'm just like, listen, I can give him some. I can give him majority. But I said, I'm not going to hold you. When Cody came back in Dallas, the shit shifted.
No, seriously.
The shit shifted. And then I said, when Phillip Brooks came through Gorilla in Chicago,
oh my God,
WWE has not been the same since.
No, it has.
You can't,
not.
and it has nothing, and like it doesn't take away from what Roman's done for his family and himself. It don't take away from none of that. But just the climate of WWE, that shift happened when those two major names came back, and you can't deny that.
You can't deny it at all. Absolutely
like
not.
that. Like
and they
I
both
look back,
glossy.
it's that Chicago, and I really was like, we was here.
We was there.
Yeah. Like,
although we wasn't in the arena because I was so mad.
Y'all wasn't. I was there.
I really
no, because literally they was like, after this match, we got to put y'all in the press room. Go. So we in the press room, and Brian happened to look over. Was like, oh snap, he's here, because we couldn't hear like the loudness from where we were at. Like we couldn't hear it. So we saw the TV, but I'm just like, we was freaking out.
I also love that too, because it also shows how secretive they are about those things, where like Greg and them did not know.
They've been doing a very good job at keeping things tight.
Well, to certain extents, because when they could have kept Oscar returning, yes, you announced that, but they could have kept Kyrie Sane as a mystery person for when she came back.
I mean, I do
and
like
they put
surprises.
it on like social media, whatever.
I can't subscribe to the private girl, so it's okay for me. I'm okay.
Janelle,
okay.
Not even with the Kabuki Warrior.
Nah. It's always Oscar over her.
Oh my God, we gonna have Janelle back on the show.
We gotta have.
We gonna do a this and that type of game.
Yes,
with women,
I love that.
I'm just curious of who you subscribe to and who you don't. And a lot of wrestlers we don't talk about a lot too. Where I would love to know your opinion on them.
We'll do that.
Check out our TikTok. That's going up tonight.
Yeah.
Check out our TikTok.
I would love to do it, because there just be certain people where, and it be the gimmick. It be a whole bunch of shit. And it just be like, girl, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like your Lyra girl, I just will mute the TV. I can't do it.
Okay, so
respectfully.
Man and woman right now, real quick, who is exciting both of y'all right at this moment, where when they're on TV or they have a segment, you're like, let me tune in, or if you miss Raw, SmackDown, you're like, oh, let me go back and see what they were up to.
Listen, people been sleeping on Karrion Kross. Every time that hot man comes across my TV screen, I'm turning it all the way up.
See, I was never subscribed to him, but slowly but surely
I've been subscribed since NXT. Yeah. Actually, I've been subscribed since Impact. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh my God.
When he was Killer Kross, I subscribed then. Then when he got picked up, I was like, we here now. Him. I still get amazed at Jake. Like, I can't it's indescribable what that feeling was at WrestleMania when he came out. I can't put it into words.
Facts.
Because we went and it was just like, I was like, he ain't gonna come through the crowd. It's too many people. Oh. And then when you heard Uso, and then you saw the people with the flags, and I was just like, what is going on here? And then we were actually on his side.
Nice.
So we were we were up, but we were on his side. So we literally, like, I have a video of him walking down. Like, he walked all the way down. But just to see 60, 70,000 people bop to him and have been doing it for the past over a year. Like, it's just like, I love that for him.
Me too.
Women wise, let's see. I gotta give it to the NXT girls. Like, I'm an NXT head. Like, I had, when we were in Vegas and fourth rope is at midnight and we ain't get into the bed till 4 a.m. Girl, I woke Danielle up. I said, we are going to NXT, ma'am. I got them tickets when we got in that bed and woke up, and we went right to T-Mobile Arena. I'm an NXT head. So all the women there, because they all
really
play a
doing
part
so well.
in what's going on.
And they're like distinctive too. Like
Yeah,
that,
like,
they're not. None of them are the same. Like they
It's
feel
no scrubs.
real. Yeah,
It's no scrubs.
I have to say,
You got a
agree.
scrub. You use
In
a lie.
NXT?
There's a scrub. Use a lie.
who's a scrub
'Cause you
in
know,
NXT?
I reads energy. I reads energy. Who's scrub?
NXT.
Yeah.
That Virgo was like, I peeped.
Yo, I felt it. She shifted her whole energy shifted. And I was like, ooh, girl.
We talking about the women?
Use a lot. You talk about anybody.
Scrubbing NXT.
Who's somebody you be like, I knew. I'm good.
Well, while you think,
For no, I got it.
okay.
Oh, she had it from when I said it.
She like, oh,
For
I
me,
know.
it's, and I don't care what nobody say. I could fight your mama, not me. But for me right now, it's Ethan Page.
Oh, you
know.
As in, he's a
Ego.
scrub. Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Something
Yeah.
about him I like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
what
love
it is,
Ethan.
though.
I've always, it's crazy. 6 degrees of separation is real. So a good friend of ours out in Detroit is the one that did his theme song.
Oh,
Our homeboy, shout
Is
out
he
to
from
Vlad.
Detroit?
He's from no. So Ethan Page is from Toronto.
Got you.
But
It gives.
He,
Okay.
it does.
It gives.
It absolutely does. But he's actually his family's from Syria, and my homeboy is Syrian. So that's how they linked.
Interesting.
And he had did a song for Ethan just off of like a whip, and then he did the song that like you hear him like the person rapping in the song is my homeboy Valid. So shout out to him out in Detroit. No, I like Ethan.
Yeah, for me it's Ethan. I don't know. I feel like when
Ethan
he
is the dopest
like
bad guy.
He does great work. He does great work. And you know me, I'm always about love. You make me hate you this much, then F you, but you know you're doing your job.
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I say he's a scrub. Like
Okay, no,
yeah, that's how I
Okay,
feel when I
no,
say
that's
he's a
okay.
scrub. Like you're doing your work so
He's
damn well.
supposed to, yeah.
like you're doing this. Like don't make me hate you this much. Like leave Javon Evans alone, or leave Ricky Saints alone, because you know me and Ricky on good terms now. So you know,
Was y'all not on good terms?
he was kind of sassy to me a while, like Mania, but you
I
know
think
we're
he's
fine.
just a little sassy.
That part.
I just think
Because when we met him, we actually did the big event. And that was that year we did the meet and greet. Me and Danny did the meet and greet for Bianca that I snuck out of work for and went back to work for.
nice.
But we saw Ricky, and I told him straight up, I said, yo, when you leaving? Like, we got to get you out. And I said that before all of that, like, he stopped being on TV. Like, it was, like, legit, like, yo, if they're not going to use you, bro, yo, you gotta go. So, like, then when the whole free Ricky, I said, oh, y'all late. Because I've been telling him,
That's true.
you got to go.
Yeah.
But, no, Ethan, though. But that's
interesting.
good, though.
Yeah.
So, what woman in NXT excites you right now?
All of them.
All of
I
them.
can't choose honestly.
All of them,
either.
to be honest.
I really can't.
I'm loving JC Jane. Congrats on her being NXT North American
Finally,
champ.
you know what I will say?
I'm loving
she
Jessie
one of them
Jane.
old, like you know how we always talk about the black and gold NXT. Like she definitely that 2.0 era. She definitely is an OG in
Yeah.
NXT. So I'm actually, I mean, I love me Stephanie, but
Yeah, I'm just
love
waiting
it.
for Fallon Henley to turn.
okay, and her get a little title, a little title run.
Yeah.
Fallon Henley to turn. Okay, so we do got to wrap this up. So
Yes,
give
we do
yours
gotta
real
wrap
quick.
it up. Who I'm excited about right now? Stephanie Vaquer.
Woo, love her.
Something about her.
I love her.
Oh my god! Like,
and I really
she's on the screen. I'm just like,
captivated.
oh my god! And she doesn't even have to. She doesn't even talk.
Don't talk. Don't say nothing. Sis.
And like I was talking to my sister, she was like, "You right." I was like, she doesn't talk, and she has
presence
this aura
it's
about her that I love.
disgustingly good.
And then guy wise, what's his name? With the weird beard. His father was
Lexus King?
Yes. It's something about him too where I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here.
Michael
but I like
loves
I
it.
when
forgot
he
about
comes.
Lexus King.
Michael always used to talk about how his. That's what I said. It's the little things, the entrance. Yo, when that chair slide out, this one would pop so hard. I was like, what is going on with you? But no, but see another one that was in AEW that didn't do anything.
Nope. Now
And
he got
then-
a whole
No,
new
I feel like
polish.
in AW he did
shit.
did
He ain't do
things.
shit.
He was
ain't do
doing
shit.
more.
He was with the Varsity Blonde dude.
Yeah, I
that
just
still
hate
is in AEW,
Yeah,
and
we
I don't even know
where
how that
he at.
happened.
Yeah.
No, he actually. It's odd that I feel like the corny shit is what hits me the most with them over there. They have this frat house like clique
trying
with
to be like
him,
Chase U.
It's Vance, which I love Chase U.
Yeah.
It's the hot one Vance that was with all the Spanish ones that now he not. And the guy that was with Lexus King in the varsity thing, he in that group, and another person. It's 3 of them, and there's other white dude that's with them.
Because Julia Hart was with them.
It's hilarious.
At one point.
Well, I'm glad she actually did. That wasn't really her calling was
this dark shit.
That dark shit. And I still kind of mad at it. I feel like it could have went bigger than what it did.
If we start
Especially
having that
with Aleister Black
conversation
when he was
about
there.
AEW, we're gonna be held.
We're gonna have to be paying more.
Okay, no. So we're gonna wrap this out.
Yeah.
We got bills to pay.
We're definitely gonna have Janelle
part
from
two,
HR back.
Yeah,
again,
of course.
for sure.
Like I said, it's a breath of fresh air talking to women that love wrestling just like I do. So, because I don't have to be a referee to 2 grown ass men. So.
Definitely the
brothers.
moderator.
Who are
brothers.
I always tell them
And
I
loud.
like, when in the beginnings, I was like, yo, I can't. Whatever beef y'all got, I can't be involved. Like it got nothing to do with
That's
me.
why I told P and her sister, y'all fight that out. I'm staying over here. I'm staying right over here.
To the side.
Listen, no hair pulling, no eye gounging, no spitting, no kicking. Figure it out.
She is good. She's good. She was trying to come to JobberSlam, and I'm like, I'm not unfortunately gonna be here that weekend, but she's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she can still come.
She could still come. Absolutely.
Sister
I'll
Free
be
Buddy.
there. I'll be representing for TWG.
Okay.
Again, thank you, Janelle from HR.
Thank you, guys.
1/3 of JobberSlam. Jobber Tears podcast. Make sure you guys are popping out to JobberSlam this Saturday.
Yes.
I know it's busy, but we're going to support us.
And
Yes.
you can still buy a ticket.
Yes. Tickets are
the
still on
link
sale.
to tickets are going to be in the description. Support.
Please support.
Title
Tickets
Match.
will be-
Is it streaming live on Title Match
Not
Network
live,
or
because
after?
that definitely is an extra bill that Janelle's not gonna pay for.
Okay.
But that's
Catch
what
it
people
later.
see. There's so many things with a show that people don't realize.
But that means you got to
when
be there
you stream
live.
live, especially like on that, like either like that or a fight or stuff like that. Like you gotta pay.
You
for
got to
that.
pay for that.
So no, but it will be on Title Match. If you're not able to come, you can go and watch it on Title Match within, I believe, a week or 2 after the show. It should be on the website, but tickets will be actually on sale as well at the door. So don't feel bad if you can't get it online. You know, some people like good old cash. I like cash, so you could come and pay at the door. That's perfectly fine. We have amazing talent coming out, flying in. People, it's that family reunion that you don't ask for, but that you get.
Yes.
So.
And it's like one of those things you always remember. You're never going to forget it. You're going to meet some people that you've always wanted to meet.
Yes, and I always tell people, including the sponsors, the talent, I tell people all the time, network.
Yep.
Like, I do this so y'all could get together. I already know all of y'all. So
Right.
y'all need to know each other. So network. Say hi. Don't be afraid, because that's always the thing. Even when we go to like shows and stuff like that, people be afraid to say hi.
Yeah.
And then they'll message you, be like, "I saw you," and it's just like, "Why didn't you say hi?"
And I always say, like, we're all wrestling's our common denominator. If you're shy, talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
Say how much you like the match.
Yeah, well,
and
we
you
ended
will
up
make
at,
some
what was
friends.
that? Wale made it very, very late. Like, it was people there, and somebody had said after the fact, it's like, "Oh, I saw y'all there," and I was like, "Why you ain't say nothing, girl? This is time." But thank you guys for having me. I'm always humbled, and I'm grateful for you ladies to being a part of this journey too, because it's not easy for us. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication. People don't understand the sacrifice. So I thank you guys for continuing, because like I said, consistency is key. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of podcasts from even when we started that aren't really going anymore. They're not doing it, but we're still in it.
Yep.
And it's a great thing. So make sure to support those wrestling girls. Like, subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe, because the girls is still rocking and rolling, and that's important.
Absolutely. And make sure y'all also follow Jobber Tears podcast. Yes, make sure y'all stay tuned to all of our socials, because we probably have some coming up in the summertime as well.
Sound like it.
It sound like it. It sounds like ice cups, bad decisions, and a lot of wrestling. That's exactly what it sounds like.
My kind of party.
That's your MO.
That's my kind of party.
I love that. P, please let everybody know where they can find you at.
Follow those wrestling girls everywhere. You know the deal.
Make sure you also subscribe to Revolt Podcast Network, Revolt Creative Network, because this episode is brought to you by the Revolt Podcast Network. So please make sure that you subscribe, you like, you share, you comment, and make sure you follow our TikToks, because I'm gonna start my this or that tonight. I love that idea.
That'd be cute.
Definitely gonna start my this or that tonight. On that note, it's your girl Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
with the lovely Janelle from HR. And we are out of here until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women in wrestling. Let's go.